Justin Verlander, 5-1 with a 3.33 ERA over his last 7 starts. He's been throwing very well lately. Throwing against the Brewers, who are an average hitting team. 14th in average, 16th in runs, 15th in hits among all 30 big league teams. They don't walk much either. Pretty good lineup for Verlander to face. Needs some help, though, offensively. Gets it. Brennan Inge, home run. 11th of the year for Brennan. It's 1-0 Tigers. To the 4th, Prince Fielder. A lot of home runs in Old Tiger Stadium when he was 12, hanging out with Pops. There he sees a nasty yacker. Verlander gets him. And then Corey Hart goes down. Home plate umpire, by the way, is Ron Copley. He had the dish when Kurt Schilling threw his one-hitter in Oakland. We go to the top of the 6th, and now it gets very interesting. Justin Verlander has a no-hitter through 6 innings. 2 to 7, always needs some defensive help in a no-no. Gets it here. What a great read by Maglio Ordonez. Got a great jump from that ball and plucks it just a foot above the grass. Verlander loves it. By this point, you know he wants this no-no. Maybe his best pitch of the night. 99 on the black, on the knees, gets Jeff Jenkins. To the 8th. Bill Walsh. Oh, he did not like this matchup all night. He walked Hall 3 times. Next batter, Gabe Gross. Dan Dickerson, WXYT with the call.
Pudge setting up inside the 1-0 to Gross. Ground ball to short. Gobbled up by Perez. Backhand flip to Polanco. Relay to first. They got him! Spectacular double play started by Napi Perez. A backhand flip to Polanco. 6, 4, 3.
Oh, double plays makes these things easier. He's a solitary man as we go to the 9th. Verlander against Craig Counsell. Strikeout number 11. 2 outs away from a no-hitter. Tony Graffinino will have no shot. We're 1 out away. Next batter, J.J. Hardy. And what Magnus Vermagnerson is to the world's strongest man, Justin Vermagnerson is to fastballs. 102! Holy shnikes! Next pitch, cue the Toto. 99! No chance for Hardy. Dan Dickerson. It's your turn again. WXYT Radio with the call.
The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Ordonez going back. He's got room. He makes the catch! Justin Verlander has just thrown the 6th no-hitter in the 107-year history of the Detroit Tigers.
And the first Tiger no-hitter since Jack Morris's no-no in Chicago in 1984. The first no-hitter in Detroit since Nolan Ryan of the Angels no-hit the Tigers in Tiger Stadium in '73. But let's focus on that man, Justin Verlander, the 2nd overall pick in the 2004 Major League Draft. Only 3 balls hit out of the infield by the Brewers. Verlander faced 30 Milwaukee batters, and to half of them he threw strike 1. Again, the 6th no-hitter in Tiger history. It also puts the Tigers in a first-place tie with Cleveland in the AL Central. This thing had meaning. And the team with the most hits in baseball this year, the Tigers, allow none Tuesday night. And the man that had the most to do with that was Justin Verlander. Just say no-no.
This is unbelievable, man. I just want to thank everybody. My teammates behind me did a great job. You saw some of the plays they made. And, man, I just felt good. Everything was working. I had a good breaking ball. Changeup was good for strikes. And my fastball is locating pretty well with decent velocity. About the 5th or 6th, you can't help but think about it a little bit. But, you know, you really just got to forget about it and go pitch. The crowd was behind me 100%. And, you know, that 9th inning was unbelievable. Best thing I've ever experienced.
I was so focused on catching. You know, I said before that I didn't care my 4 at-bats today. I just want to get out of there to go back to catch, to be honest with you.
In the AL East, there's Todd Helton. He was talking some trade rumors in spring training, maybe coming to Boston. No room for him now on the corners. Kevin Youkilis hitting .335, sends it to right. Here comes Julio Lugo, who batted 9th in this game for the Red Sox. He's been leading off for most of the year. Lugo did steal his 18th base. He's 18 for 18. Tim Wakefield, 40 years old. He had it going on. Him and Aaron Cook had a pitcher's duel going. Wakefield, 8 innings, only 1 earned run. J.D. Drew, sacrifice fly, bottom 8. We go top 9. Jonathan Papelbon against Helton, who was 0 for 4 in the game. Red Sox win 2-1. They have the best record in all of baseball.
And the Red Sox come away with an impressive.
Afraid, but Brandon Webb may have been a little rusty. There was an hour rain delay, and when they got it going, Webb, who had won 3 straight, bottom 1, Bobby Abreu knocks the rust right off him. A 3-run shot. Abreu, 8 for his last 14 at that point, his fourth, and it's 3-0. Still 3-0. Top three, Chin-Ming Wong, Stephen Drew. Hard line drive. Miguel Cairo brought his first baseman's glove. Top five, it's Yanks 3-1. Wong's got the sinker going. Just ask Chris Snyder. Remember, Wong was the AL Cy Young runner-up last season. He pitched better than the reigning NL Cy Young winner, Webb. And then Wong also has Derek Jeter at short. Wong, 7 innings and earned run, 6 hits, 2 Ks. And then Mariano Rivera, top 9. He gets Snyder to end the game. 4-1 your final on Hideki Matsui's 33rd birthday. All right, more New York. The Mets have lost 10 of their last 13 games against teams with a winning record, including the series opener in Los Angeles. They need Carlos Delgado to drive in some runs. Hitless in his last 17 at-bats with runners in scoring position, but top 2, he scores David Wright, who extended his hitting streak to 13 games. It's 1-0 Mets. Now it's 1-1. Wilson Benjamin against John Maine in the bottom of the second. That was a solo shot, and he doesn't like to drink alone. The very next batter is Matt Kemp, and the very next pitch is a solo shot. That's in the Loge seats, 447 feet, and one shot ain't enough, Jack. You better make it 3. Back to back to back. Hong Shi Kuo, the pitcher, does it. You always admire your first. Kuo, the first player born in Taiwan to hit a major league home run. The Mets' 8th loss in their 9 games. He admired it. He said he didn't mean to. Remember, 5 days ago, the Mets went back to back to back against Philly. The Dodgers win it. 4-1 your final.
All right, Barry Bonds at number 747 Monday night. 9 more to pass Henry Aaron. When might Bonds break the record? Well, he's been homering every 5 games, about 63 divided by 13. So if he keeps up that pace, he needs 9 more homers. 9 times 5-ish equals 44-ish, and that means August 3rd against the Padres he would break the record, which makes sense. He always homers against the Padres. Bottom 3 against A.J. Burnett. Not quite deep enough from Bonds, but it is a double. Top of 4, Noah Lowry against Curtis Thigpen and Omar Vizquel. Just a pleasure to watch him play baseball. Oh, A.J. Burnett, look out. He will later leave this game with a shoulder strain, not related to that play. Brad Hennessy, former Youngstown State Penguin, in to close the game for the Giants. Uh-oh, looks like a game-tying home run from Aaron Hill, but Randy Wynn. Win shares, saves the day. Giants winner, chicken dinner.
Brad Lidge sighting in the Astros athletics game. Lidge getting his old job back since being busted down in April. First day on the job again, and Lidge forgot his lunch pail. Top 9, A's down 1. Mark Kotsay eats that 0-2 pitch up from him. Kotsay went 4 for 5. Lidge had been real good as a setup guy. Said he was a bit overamped. Oh, you think so, Doctor? Blowing save, but not a blowing game in extras. Bottom 11, Brad Osmus off Ron Flores scores Adam Everett, and Houston wins it 5-4 your final.
All right, Team Escobar and the Angels taking on the struggling Reds. Now, the league ERA is 4.24. Escobar's ERA is 2.76. That's a good indication of how good he is. Strikes out the side in the first and the third. Got some help from Casey Kochman, who is 8th homer of the year in the 4th. Now it's a 2-2 game, bottom 4. Squeeze play. David Ross gets it down. Josh Hamilton scores. Then Gary Matthews Jr. hit a home run, who batted cleanup in this game, by the way. Gets it back to a 3-3 game. Then here goes Escobar. Career high, 14 strikeouts in 6 innings. Then he was done. Bottom 8, Reds up 4-3 after a Griffey sacrifice fly. Norris, Hopper, and oh boy, Eric Ibar bobbles the ball. The Reds extend their lead, and they go on to beat the Angels.
Unreal game here. Seattle is alive. Mariners with the 5th best record in the AL at Wrigley. Lou sold his M stuff a long time ago. Top 4 game tied Jared Washburn. 2 outs. He singles off Rich Hill. Kenji Jojima scores. Washburn 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 Ks, 2 runs, 1 RBI. It's 3-2 M's. After the inning, Hill and catcher Michael Barrett. Well, they talk recipes. Pitching coach Larry Rothschild, he can smell spice. Carlos Zambrano, unavailable comment. He did pinch hit. 13th inning, 2 on, 2 outs. Willie Bloomquist, single off Will Omen. Jock Jones throws home, and Barrett can't come up with it. Jose Vidro, who doubled with 2 out scores. The Mariners take a 4-3 lead. It was a 2-hop throw, not handled cleanly. The Mariners go on to win 5-3. It's their 5th straight win, all in their 5 in their last at-bat. M's just 3 back in the Angels, 1 back in the wild card.
A lot of hits for Motown, but not many hits in Motown for the Brewers. Justin Verlander trying to go for a no-hitter will keep you under suspense throughout this top 10.
Number 9. I had Old Doyle in my fantasy poker league. Wish I had Phil Hellmuth. Wins his record 11th WSOP bracelet. $1,500 to buy in, John. He won $637,000.
A lot of cake. Back to that Brewer-Tiger game. It's not the Tigers taking hits away from the Brewers. It's the Brewers taking hits away from the Tigers.
At number 7, Angels-Reds, there was a Major League GMAT sighting. Gary Matthews Jr. He gets the highlight, but the Reds get the win.
That was Bill Hall, by the way, back in play number 8 with a great catch on Ordonez. Now, back to our top 10. Chase Utley homered and did that. Hey, don't sleep on the Phils. They're 3 back of the Mets in the NL East.
Mariners Cubs at Wrigley. Cesar is tourist ground ball to short, and watch Unieski betting where he goes bare naked. Grabs it and throws it. Turris is out. M's got the win.
Number 4, Bobby Orr, Blue Jays, Canadian team in Ontario, the province where Orr was born. Aaron Hill deep to left, and Randy went with a great catch. Brad Hennessy, former Youngstown State Penguin, his former coach Mike Florak, he feels better.
And he's former Hawaii Winter Leaguer. You know, you figured Verlander was going to get it when he got this to end the 8th inning. Gabe Gross ground ball. Nathan Perez dives and then backhands to Placido Polanco. And look at Verlander thinking, man, I only need 3 more.
All right, number 2, though, golf. 12-year-old Alexis Thompson of Florida becomes the youngest ever to qualify for a men's or women's U.S. Open. She's 12 years, 4 months, 2 days. She'll play in the U.S. Open June 28th to July 1st down there at Pine Needles in North Carolina. Alexis Thompson, 12 years old.
Phil Knight on line 1. WXYT at number 1.
The 0-2 pitch, swinging a high fly ball to right. Ordonez going back. He's got room. He makes the catch! Justin Verlander has just thrown the 6th no-hitter in the 107-year history of the Detroit Tigers.
New York, 9.5 back of Boston, hosting Arizona. Yankees scored 88 runs in the last 12 games, just over 7 per. Bottom 1, scoreless, runner on, 2 out. Alex Rodriguez looks at that Livan Hernandez pitch, not happy. Bottom 3rd, game tied. Runner on 1st, A-Rod, happy. 3-1, Rodriguez is 25th. And how is this for a foursome of big hitters in pinstripes? Most home runs in the team's first 63 games. Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod, by the way, batting .357, 6 homers, 21 RBI in 12 games this month. Bottom of the 4th, still 3-1, 2 out. Rodriguez single. Bobby Abreu, who stole second, scores, and the Yankees are up 4-1. Take another look at this one. Abreu not even at 3rd when Eric Burns fields the ball. Burns not wearing his thinking cap. His throw home not even close. The game not even close. Still in the 4th, Hideki Matsui. Bartender, Saki. 3-run shot 1 day after his 33rd birthday. Livan gets lit up. Matsui 7th at 7-1. Top 5, runner on 1st. Chris Young facing Mike Mussina's arm and Derek Jeter's glove. On the fly, throw to 1st, double of Stephen Drew. Mussina, 7 2/3, 7 Ks, including Miguel Montero right here. 20th interleague win for Mussina. He's the first major leaguer to hit 20 in that department. Yankees win 7-2, 8 in a row. A-Rod on line 1 afterwards.
Came within 1 out of a no-hitter against Oakland. Top of the 1st with 2 on, 2 down. He's already given up a hit. That's the 2nd one he's given up. Garrett Atkins will score Willie Tavares, and the Rockies take an early 1-0 lead. Bottom 3, Josh Fogg dealing to Manny Ramirez with 2 outs. Manny reaches for the off-speed pitch, and the Sox pull within a run. In the 5th, 2 on, 2 outs. Schilling serves that one right over the heart of the plate. Brad Hawk grabs it. His 9th of the season, and the Rockies take a 6-2 lead on the 3-run shot. Top 6, Todd Helton with the bases loaded. Red Sox had allowed a total of 12 runs in their previous 5 games, and the Rockies had scored a total of 12 runs in their previous 4 games. They tack on 12 over the Sox. Brewers and Tigers with a chance to take over the AL Central, trying to ride the Verlander momentum. Justin Verlander throwing a no-hitter Tuesday night. Had a drug test the next day. He said, I guess that happens when you throw 100-something in the 9th inning. This is the 4th inning. Curtis Granderson making a nice grab, taking a hit away. In the 7th, tied at 1, Tigers with a runner on 3rd, and Granderson, that one back up the middle. Brandon Inge scores. Tigers take a 2-1 lead. Granderson, a 13-game hit streak. Top 8, 2 outs. Fernando Rodney facing Bill Hall. The 1-2 pitch just misses. Rodney said it should have been called a strike on the 2-2 pitch. Outside again, and the count goes full at 3-2. So on the 3-2 pitch to Bill Hall, Hall said there's nothing that they can get by me when I'm relaxed at the plate. He was relaxed there. 3 for 3 in the game. 7th of the year. Brewers win.
1997 World Series revisited. For those of you who live in the past, it's Florida hosting Cleveland. Marlins took the series opener, beat the Tribe's Fausto Carmona. Top 3, Marlins up 3-0. Byung-Hyun Kim hits Victor Martinez. Remember, Cleveland and Detroit began the day in a dead heat in the AL Central. Bottom third, Cliff Lee throws inside on Miguel Cabrera, doesn't hit him. Somebody cue up Neil Sedaka's Bad Blood. 5th inning, Cabrera's next at bat, and Cliff Lee hits him. And here come the benches. I wasn't trying to hit him. There was some weird things going on, is what Lee said afterwards. And we wondered, why don't they have the NBA rule in Major League Baseball? Well, you leave the bench or the dugout, you get an automatic suspension. We had warnings there, and now we got an automatic. Grady Sizemore hit by Taylor Tankersley. That was the first batter Tankersley faced after they chased Kim with 3 runs. And Freddie Gonzalez and Aaron Boone, they get to hit the showers too. Boone for arguing, Gonzalez for being the Marlins manager. Check your umpires fantasy league roster. Home plate umpire Brian Knight, by the way, a free agent. David DeLucci facing the new pitcher Lee Gardner, who was called up earlier in the day. 3-run homer. Indians go up and they win it 7-3, your final. Back to the bases. The Mets picked a bad time to stop sniffing wins, unless you're a Braves or Phillies fan. They have picked on Brad Penny in the past, and they pick on him early. Top 1, David Wright, 2 out, man on. Scores Sean Green. Wright throwing out, trying to take second. Extended his hitting streak to 15 games, and Mets up 1. Top 3, Green, who doubled earlier. We showed you he scored. Goes after the high heat. Look at Brad Penny now. He comes towards home plate, and he says, "Hey, dude." And they're talking about something, one of those mysteries in life that we may never have the answer to, and Green appears baffled. Bottom 5, Wilson Bettman homer tied it up. Rafael Furcal off Jorge Sosa, who gave up 6 earned in 5 2/3. This was Sosa's last pitch. Matt Kemp off Jose Reyes' glove. Bettman scores. Penny, 7 innings, 7 hits, 7 Ks, 8th win, 9-1 Dodgers.
So with the Mets loss, Braves trying to take advantage, facing the Twins, and John Smoltz and Twins great Jack Morris getting together for the first time since the '91 World Series. Bottom 3, Twins up 3-0 and a runner on for Justin Morneau. Both coming home on his 18th of the year, and maybe it's something about the name Justin. Next batter is Torrey Hunter, opposite field for his 14th of the year. Back-to-back jacks, and Twins starter Carlos Silva became a father Tuesday. His wife Maria gave birth to a son, Justin. Silva took a shutout into the 9th. He had lost 6 of his last 7 starts. Chipper Jones, activated from the 15-day DL, had 3 hits in his first 3 at-bats, pops out to center. New dad Silva completes the shutout. Twins win 6-0.
Well, the Phillies hoping to take advantage of that Mets loss, hosting the White Sox. Now, they booed Santa Claus in Philadelphia, but this is Jim. Jim Thome didn't start in the first 2 games of the series. He went 2 for 3 in this one. Kyle Kendrick making his major league debut, gets the comebacker there. A lot of motion inside is what Thome said afterwards. Top 5, 2 on, 2 out. Jermaine Tide. He's got some. Jason Ward says, "You got nothing. Save some runs." I'm guessing that's going to be in top plays. 7th inning, bases loaded, 2 out. Aaron Rowan against Matt Thornton, and he does to his former mates in Grand Slam style. Phillies win at 8-4. They are just 2 back of the Mets. But they did take the series opener. Bottom 4, Cincinnati bases loaded. Josh Hamilton, no outs. 3-6-1 double play. Ken Griffey scores. Nice job by Lackey to cover. He gives up 1 but gets 2. Bottom 5, 2 outs. Sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you. Scott Hatteberg eats that Lackey pitch up. He goes solo, his 7th. Reds take the lead. Top 6, Kyle Loesch cannot stand prosperity. Vlad Guerrero, 2 RBI double. Angels take the lead 4-3. Guerrero, 3 hits, 4 RBI. One of those guys you're going to tell your kids you played with 4th is what Lackey said afterwards. Garrett Anderson buying some insurance. Angels win 6-3. Lackey 10 wins, a 2.53 ERA.
Those M's you mentioned, Neil, have won all 5 games during a 5-game win streak in their final at bat, including a 13-inning win over the Cubs Tuesday, celebrating Ernie Banks Day on Wednesday. Bottom 5, tied at 1, 2 outs. Ryan Theriot grounds that one to short. Yuniesky Betancourt's throw low. Charged with the error, bases loaded. Next batter is Mike Fontenot. Singles to right. Derek Lee and Mark DeRosa score. Cubs take a 3-1 lead, then Mr. Cub taking over.
Baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie. Take a journey with Ernie.
They took a journey in the ninth with Ryan Dempster in to close it out. Gets Jose Guillen. Cubs win 3-2. That's Dempster's 14th save of the season.
The Athletics certainly in the AL West mix at Houston, where the Stros took the series opener in extras on Tuesday. Top 6, A's down 1. Jason Kendall takes Chris Sampson extra far. Kendall's first of the year. In fact, it's his first home run since late May of 06, 157-game drought without a long ball. Bottom 7 still tied, 2 outs. Adam Everett on third after a double. Craig Biggio doubles off Joe Blanton. Everett scores. Biggio 16 hits shy of 3K. Astros up 1. Top 8. Dan Wheeler strikes out the first 2, then he gives him a single, and this double to Mark Kotze. Game tied, and then he gives up to the next batter another double. It's Mark Ellis. Wheeler's going to get pulled as the A's go up 5-3, and well, in the dugout, Sampson tries to say something, and afterwards, Wheeler said it was just frustration on my part. I'm a professional. I should be better than that. I take full responsibility. A's take the game 7-3.
Top 10 plays of Wednesday night, and number 10 comes from the Angels and Reds. Juan Castro liner to second. Eric Ibar there with the jumping catch. Angels win 6-3.
Number 9, White Sox, Phillies, Jermaine Dye, former Hawaii Winter Leaguer, Jason Worth, no aloha. We've got more from this game later.
Number 8, WNBA, Mercury and Washington Mystics, Coco Miller, Diana Taurasi with the block from behind. What's huge about this is the Mystics get their first win of the season.
What's huge about this is Alex Rodriguez is swinging a bat made from the wood of a tree felled by lightning. His 25th. The Yankees win their 8th straight, 7-2 over the Diamondbacks.
Number 6, Rangers Pirates, Ian Kinsler. That one hit sharply to third. Jose Bautista, a fantastic stop, and the throw for the out. Pirates win.
At number 5, White Sox, Phillies. Listen.
Thornton's pitch. Swung on. Hit deep. Down the left field line. Towards the corner. And it's gone! Aaron Rowan with a grand slam. And he blows it open against his former team.
Number 4, A's and Astros, Jack Cust. To the first base side, Mike Lamb, backhand stop. Nice grab in the toss to first for the out. Astros lose this one 7-3.
St. Louis at Kansas City. Winner gets Arthur Bryant. Scott Rowland. Fly to left. Joey Gathright gets dirty. KC gets the top 10 play, but the Cardinals get the win in the ribs.
Number 2, practice round at Oakmont. Watch out Tiger Woods as the U.S. Open begins Thursday. Watch out Phil Mickelson. That's Michael Block. Pulls out on the 12th fairway. Lands on the green. And maybe just watch out the entire field. Block, a U.S. Open qualifier from California. How's that for practice?
Well, one must be something else. If that was 2, here it is. Brewers, Tigers, Kevin Mench, Curtis Granderson. Detroit gets the top play, but Milwaukee got the win.